What's up guys, it's Kyra and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm excited to be sharing my top 5 favorite concealers of all time. Now you guys know that I have tried tons and tons of products, tons of foundations, concealers, lipsticks, setting powders, setting sprays. Like, I have tried tons of products from tons of different brands, but I thought that it would be good to share with you guys my top 5 favorite concealers. Now, I recently did a full face of current makeup favorites video in which I showed and demonstrated all of my current favorite products from beginning to end. So current favorite primer, current favorite foundation, concealer, setting powder, lipstick, brows, eyeshadow, etc. And that is definitely a very, very good place to start. So if you're looking for current favorites of everything, then go check that video out. But I want to do a video specifically for concealer. And why is that? Well, to me personally, I feel like I care much more about concealer than anything else. I feel like concealer and brows are my top 2, like, can't go wrongs, because for me it's like brows and concealer makes the entire look for me. Like, I can make a foundation work. I can, whether it's lightweight, a light coverage, full coverage, buildable, whatever, matte, dewy, whatever it is, I can make it work. But for me, it's like I love a good full coverage concealer, because I just feel like a good concealer can, like, erase all your problems. Like, it can erase dark marks, it can erase dark circles, bags. If you didn't get enough sleep the night before, like, concealer will just change the entire look of the makeup. And whenever you're dealing with, like, either a light coverage concealer or a concealer that's too off in color, that's, too gray or too light, just ones that just don't work, it can definitely negatively impact the look. So I like to kind of find really good staple concealers and kind of just stick with those. What I have here is I have what I consider to be the top 5 concealers that I have ever tried, and the ones that you guys see me use over and over and over again. So first up, I'll start with the cheapest one, which is the only drugstore product that I tend to love and gravitate towards, and that is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Golden. Now, these are also picks, in my opinion, that I think are the best concealers for women of color. And I say that because these products here have a really great shade range. They have great undertone selections. Like, they have, your neutrals, your golden, and your cooler undertones, depending on, whatever your skin is. So these concealers here definitely have a really good range for my fellow women of color. So again, just keep that in mind. These are definitely great for brown skin tones. So again, first up is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Golden. You guys know how much I love this one. This one is so affordable. It's like $7 or $8, I believe. It's less than 10 bucks. So it's a great price point. You actually get a lot of product in here. Like, I've had this one probably for 7-8 months. I think I got it like last summer. Yeah, I got it last summer. So maybe about 7 or 8 months. But I still have some left in there, which shows you guys like how long just this little container here goes. But it is amazing. This one has a different applicator than the rest of them. This one here has more of a sponge applicator. It kind of just press it into the skin and apply it directly, which I really like. And I just love, love, love the shade of this. Like, I've mentioned before how much I love the shade Golden, because it is definitely a really pretty golden undertone. But they have a really nice range for a woman of color. They have, like, darker ones, lighter ones. They look great, and the coverage is, this covers up everything. Okay, next up is going to be one that has caused a bit of controversy. Not the concealer itself, but the brand. But I'm only mentioning it because I can't, like, deny that it's one of the best concealers out there. And that is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Now, I can't lie, I do love this. However, once the whole debacle with the Shape Tape Foundation happened last year, I kind of just put Tarte just on the back burner, except for the primer, because I haven't found a good primer to, to cover those pores up as much as I have done the Clean Slate primer. But for the most part, I kind of stayed away from the brand just because I just felt like the way they kind of did the whole foundation release was just jacked up. However, I still cannot deny that this is one of the best concealers ever made. Now the Shape Tape is one that was raved about when it first came out, and it's still very current, very popular, and still highly rated to this date, because this one here is the one that literally covers everything. Everything. If you want a nice, bright under eye, Shape Tape. If you want a nice, even, no imperfections popping through, no bags, no scars, no anything, Shape Tape. Like this one, it literally just does the job. It's also a very good, a long-lasting or long-wear concealer, because you can literally wear it all day and it won't crease up. The formula is a little bit thicker. Not really, it's not like a thicker cream, but it's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's not very liquidy, if that makes sense. So it is a little bit thicker, so it applies really nicely. It also doesn't dry fast, which is good. It just is an all-around good concealer to work with. And I just can't, like, you can't knock it, you know? The concealer, like, I'm sorry. It is one of the best concealers, like, ever made. Okay, so we have a Drugstore one. We have the Tarte one. Okay, and then these three here are, like, my top three, like, right now, which... So these are kind of like not in a particular order, because I love these three equally. Like, they're amazing. So first up is going to be the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Now I go between the shade Biscuit and the shade Caramel. Biscuit is a little bit lighter, so it does give me more of a bright effect. Caramel is a little bit more toned down, so if I want more of a natural finish, then I'll do Caramel. But this one here, the Radiant Creamy Concealer, I love it because this finish here is unlike any of the other ones. So the rest of them kind of have more of a full coverage finish, but they look full coverage. This one here is probably the one that is full coverage but still looks like your skin. Now I don't know how they did it, but NARS definitely hit it out the park with this concealer, and it does give off a very radiant, just bright, natural, just very creamy finish. This one here is definitely the creamiest of the four, but it just gives the most beautiful, natural, radiant finish to, like, you know, the under eye, wherever you apply it. It just looks, this one literally looks like skin. Okay, and then the next one is going to be the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer. So this product here was actually made for multi-purposes. You could use it for contouring, concealing, correcting, etc. I use it just for basically hiding, just because I don't really do a whole lot of color correcting, and I usually just use a stick foundation to cream contour, so I just use concealers more so just to highlight. This one here I love because, first of all, the shade range. This one here, the shade range in this concealer is phenomenal. Like, and I love their assortment of undertones, and like they make it really easy to kind of pick out your undertone, because whenever you go into the store and you look at the display, it'll tell you if it's a golden undertone, a neutral, a cool olive, or whatever they have. But it makes it a lot easier to pick the one that works for your skin tone, and they have a wide array of brown tones for women of color. So, and this one here, I'm in the shade Warm Sand, and I actually go ahead and swatch these. I didn't swatch in the beginning, but okay, so here is Too Faced. So you see it's like really, really nice and complementary of my skin tone, warm, and kind of has a little bit of that yellow in it, but like not too much, but it just looks really, really good. And this shade here, I could have went a little bit lighter. As you can see, it's a little bit not too much lighter than my skin tone. I picked this shade here more so for like those natural glam days where I want to like brighten up, but I don't want to look too bright. So that is Warm Sand, and again, I love, love, love this tone. It also is a very natural finish, so like the Born This Way is definitely very true, because it makes under here look like skin. Even after you set it with the powder, it looks very, very natural and skin-like, which I love about this one. And just swatching these here, here's the shade Biscuit from NARS. It's a little bit lighter, so there's Biscuit. So it's a little bit lighter than Warm Sand from Too Faced. Okay, here's the Tan Sand from Tarte, and this should be the lightest one, I believe. Yeah, this is the lightest one. So you see, so we have the Too Faced, the NARS, and then the Tarte one. So that one's definitely more so for a really bright under eye if I want to do like a really full glam look. And then here is golden. Okay, so you see how even though there are really slight differences in the shades, all 4 of those are still in the same general family. So kind of see that I kind of stick to maybe like 1 or 2 shades lighter. I prefer ones that are more on the yellow or golden scale, and nothing too bright, nothing too cool that's a little bit of a gray undertone. And that's why I do like these brands or these concealers here, because they are definitely very women of color friendly. And then last up, you guys know I had to save my girl Riri for last. So the last best concealer of all time is going to be the Fenty Pro Filter Concealer. This one here is literally magic. And I love it because it's so cute and compact. A little bit goes a long way because it's super pigmented and it's so creamy. Now again, here is the Fenty. Okay, so again, that same general family. Kind of see how that kind of stick to the same shades, y'all. And this one here, I'm in the shade 350. So it's a little bit lighter. It definitely has, again, more of that yellow or golden undertone, which I prefer. And it blends out so easily. Like, if you are a beginner, this would work so easy for you because it blends out so easily. It still covers everything. It doesn't really transfer and move around a lot. And it just looks amazing. Like, it looks so bomb. So if you just want like a really nice brightening, you know, under the eye, just like a nice, really just full coverage concealer, this one is an amazing one, and so are the other 4. So again, that's the Fenty, the Too Faced, the NARS, the Chart, and the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, which in my opinion, although all 5 of these are amazing, this drugstore one, you can just get the drugstore one and just be good to go. Because it's cheap, but it's amazing. So that is it for my top 5 concealers. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, give it a thumbs up. And also, let me know down below if you guys enjoyed this type of video. And let me know what I should do next. Should I do foundation? Should I do lipsticks or whatever? Let me know and I will do my best to do that for you guys. So that is it for the video. And I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.